So I am live here, and I am bringing Katharine Kaufman into our live conversation today. And I see that Katharine has joined as a member, and we are hoping to get her on board as a guest so that we can actually chat. So,
Same thing.
same thing?
Yeah, it says I'm in preview mode.
Well, so is there any way, because I started in preview mode too, is there
Okay.
any way for you to hit the button that says go live or
Live now. It
yeah.
says live now. Viewers for. I hit it. Nothing happens.
Hmm.
It just has a big X saying you can't.
Okay.
Let me look at your instructions.
Well,
They should accept. Oh, I did that. Guest will automatically join. I wonder if it thinks it needs to do it on my phone and not my laptop.
can you try it on your phone?
No, I do. Oh, okay. I could do that. That would be interesting.
Yes. So, hi, welcome. For those of you just joining, we are trying to navigate the tech of doing a Substack live. So, hopefully, Katharine will be with us in a moment. And we are going to chat about fun things because Katharine has fun things to share. And, yes.
Do you see me? Oh, okay.
Hey,
Great.
success.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Maybe
Welcome,
there's
Katharine.
something
Do we hear
to
you?
do.
Can we hear you?
Oh,
Oh, no, we cannot. So we need some
hold on.
sound somewhere.
Now can you? No. Let's
Thank you, Claudia. Yes.
Wait,
Now, if we can just get sound, is there a setting in your Claudia? Do I know you? Do we know
Yeah.
Claudia from the yoga studio? I think we do. Yeah. Hi, Claudia. It's nice to see you, or have you here. Oh, you hear both of us? Oh, well, how come I can't hear? Oh, because I have my speaker on. Okay, can you say something, Katharine?
Yeah, I can say so many things.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I can't use my speaker with this. Okay, thank you so much for hanging in there with me to get this happening. And
I have to find a way to secure this with some books or something. But
do you have a laptop? Because sometimes I just prop mine up on the screen of the laptop.
oh, you're so smart. I do. Maybe another time we'll figure out what to do. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Can you still see me?
No, your camera went off.
Okay. There.
It is Mercury retrograde.
Is it better now?
Just saying. Yes, it's perfect.
Okay.
You look beautiful. You're perfectly aligned and balanced and centered.
Oh yeah, as always. I'm
We
sorry.
did it.
So did people hang in there with us or I
Some
can't
did,
see?
yes. We have some returns, and people will hopefully not get annoyed that I've just sent out 8 emails this morning. But
I'm
there we
so
go.
sorry.
Um,
I'm
not
sorry.
not your fault. Um,
I like your
but
necklace.
we did it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I noticed we're both wearing uh boat
Boat neck.
necklines. Boat
Yes.
necks.
It's the winter. It's, warmer.
Warmer and also it's very stylish as well.
It is. It
Mm.
is. Yeah. And that is the only reason I'm wearing my computer glasses is because they're
Style.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're doing this. It
I'm
has been
so sorry. I think there's
um,
some
so
weird Martian connection between the phone and the computer, and they're
Mm,
both trying, but they're failing, and one just won.
it's
So,
okay. Here we are. We're doing
all right,
it.
you're here. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
Yes.
while we were having some time, or actually just before we went on, I actually was going over your website to see what the latest is, and it has been a long time. Like it has been a really long time. So I just want to share a few things that I think are important, and then I'm going to just launch in and basically let you speak the whole rest of it. But just as a sort of a formal introduction. I would just love to say that Catherine and I go back a ways. We met over 30
Hold on
years.
a second. Sorry. I can't see who's in the chat for some reason. So I just want to say hi, everyone.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah. We have Claudia. We have You Belong Here. And we have Jean, and we have We Are Getting Old, question mark. So I don't know who the people are behind those, and LDAL. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. Um, yes, it's been a while since I've had a chat with Catherine, and we met many, many years ago at the yoga workshop in Boulder. And Catherine is still teaching yoga, which I find so inspiring and amazing, and as well teaching meditation and movement. And the thing that is so like I it's like that is such a not a great way to start, because she does so much more than that. There is so much depth and richness in what she shares. Catherine has an MFA in performance art from Arizona State. She's an ordained Zen priest, a lay priest, but ordained. She's a published poet, an award-winning performance artist with many awards. She's faculty at Naropa University in the contemplative dance department. And I just have to share the title of her published poetry book,
Right.
What I Spit Out on the World While Trying to Eat Like a Lady, which I love and gives you such a sense of like her quirky sense of humor, which is just amazing. And what I really have always connected to with Catherine is just this we sort of merge in this intersection of um, and she puts it really nicely on her website. Embodied integrates embodied meditation. She integrates embodied meditation with movement and words for performance. And I just
Oh,
love, because embodied meditation is I mean, it's almost redundant, but if you go to many places that are offering meditation these days, you wouldn't get that. And so I love that you emphasize the embodied aspect of meditation, and that you also have a sense of how that gets expressed through movement, whether it's physical movement or words, or for me, more and more, it's art, and so it's creativity in general. And so what I really wanted to talk to you about here was that intersection of contemplative practice and creative process. I mean, that's really where my interest is these days. So, yeah, and I feel like you have such a depth and richness of experience to share with us in that regard. So thank you for being here.
you're not going to say more good things about me. That I could just sit here. That would be so relaxing. I could just sit back in my chair and you could just be saying things, and I'd be like, "Oh, some of that's right, some of that's not, but that's current. Some of it's current, some of it's not current." But oh, Susan, my cousin is here. Oh,
Great.
so thank you, Kim.
Yeah. So
Well,
do you want to say, so basically I told you that the outline that or structure that I like to follow
I
is
think
really
you
simple.
should ask questions, and because then
Mhm.
maybe we can talk a little together and not just like blah 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 blah, which I can do easily.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to hear in your words who you are as a result of these experiences. Who are you that you would like to show up as?
Um, Right. Who are you? That's kind of funny because it's a
Mhm.
Zen koan that they ask you to work on. Who are you? And then nobody knows. That's the thing. So you have to answer. This is how you answer in case you're in that
Mhm.
trouble one day. You say, I'm the orange yellow chair. I'm the tree. I'm I'm the cup that matches Kim's necklace. That's how you're supposed to answer, but maybe I can start earlier and work my way to who I am because I actually don't know the first answer, the first question. So maybe I'll get there sideways if that's okay with you. So I was thinking about this and talking to myself. Uh, this has been a great preparation for this live because I've just been walking around talking to myself and wondering what I am and what I have to say and how much should I show you? Like, there's a squirrel in the yard. Are they interested? Probably not. So I had to go through all that, and then I'm I guess what my thing is that in my family, when I was young, I did a lot of, I was very physical, like kids are. And I did a lot of, there was an ice skating rink in my town, which was special for my town on the East Coast in New England. And I ice skated. That was the first thing with movement, and that's fast. You have blades. You can go fast. You fall down. You get up. You do spins. It's very exciting. And then I went from ice skating, and I was serious. I got up at 5:45 for patch and did the prep thing before school, and then there was a gap between ice skating and dance and choreography where I was just doing a lot of, being a teenager, doing preteen, I guess, drugs and alcohol. I mean, there was the 70s where everybody was doing LSD, but was it really LSD? Hard to say, but it was something. And then it was uh, a time in the 70s where just whatever age you were just doing that. Well, not everybody, but some people. So I kind of was a bit lost or experimenting during that time, but it was a kind of upsetting thing, I think, probably. Look, she writes, love to you both, Susan.
Mhm.
That's my cousin. So so then dance happened, and how it happened was I skipped so many gym classes in junior high. I think it was like 8th grade. Um, I was an early bloomer, in those things. And I skipped so many gym classes that my teacher said, if you're not going to graduate like 8th grade if you don't get some makeup phys ed thing. And I think a visiting dance company had come in and she thought, because of the ice skating, that I'd never danced, but that I was natural at it. And so she said to me, you're going to choreograph a solo in front of the whole class, a dance solo. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just do that because then I get to go to 9th grade. And then she turned around and she said, two solos. So it was like two solos. So I did my first solo with the help of my babysitter, but it wasn't a babysitter, just somebody to come to our house so my brother and I wouldn't kill each other. And she helped me 'cause she was a cheerleader. Hi, AJ. And see, now I can see them as they roll in. The thousands that are visiting. And so let's see, where was I? So Oh yeah, so I did I choreographed first. I didn't take dance classes first. I choreographed first. That was the thing. All of a sudden I was choreographing. I think it would help if I looked at you, not the down here at the hearts and people and the thousands of uh, people. But I'm so glad you're here. Um, so dance, and then skipping way ahead. It was all body, though. It was all body and also quest, like, you know, I just thought of people in terms of smart or not smart, funny or not funny. I didn't ever think spiritual, like what is spiritual? Like I bet I had experiences like when I was tripping, like I remember looking like at the my watch and being like, time, like, whoa, this is
How did you get into yoga?
so then from dance, thanks for helping me move along. So then dance, um at a certain point I couldn't dance anymore. I was so overly training that I would just get nauseous and I couldn't do anything really. And I couldn't break into a sweat. I couldn't move. And movement was my go-to um, thing. And then I found Barbara Dilley was teaching contemplative dance practice. And I went to that class and she said, I said, I can't really dance, but I signed up for this. And she said, you just lie on the floor and we'll call that a dance. And whenever you're ready to get up, you just get up, but don't push that one. And that little motto is the whole philosophy of my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Don't push that one. And
Yeah.
so then, I was in the dance contemplative dance world and everybody was talking about Richard Freeman, our teacher, and I just went to a class and I thought um this is it. I went to a class. Then I went back to graduate school. I was in graduate school in dance. And then I came back and I went to another class and I didn't
Mm.
stop. So
Yeah.
and then from there, I found out about sitting, oh, also Barbara Dilley. So my trajectory is being very, very fast, slowing from the blades, right? Slowing down, going slower and slower. And then finally I hit the floor and then I'm sitting. And sitting is like there's nothing. Everything's stripped away. You're not even comfortable on a couch. You're sitting up in a posture that is upright and you're breathing in and out. You don't have a drink of water. You don't have your lip gloss. You're just, everything is stripped away. And then the question comes, who are you
Mhm.
that, after that?
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. So I love how
Sorry,
you,
I went on a little long about my childhood, but my whole idea was that I started lots of movement. I never was hurt as a child by my parents or anyone, but the thought in my head is the same kind of thought I think as many people. You you can't hit a moving target or you can't relate to a moving target. You don't have to be intimate if you're moving.
mm,
You're
mhm,
safe if you just keep moving. So
mhm.
it's interesting to me that it took me 60, well, say 40 years to finally sit down.
Right. I love that. It took, can you say that again? It took you 40 years to finally sit down. I love it. Yeah. And I love how you just distilled that process for us that basically, you started off with a leaning toward physical activity. I have to tell you, I did fail seventh grade PE.
You did. I knew it. I knew it because we're so much alike. And I knew it, and that's probably what really linked us right at the beginning.
Mhm. Yeah, and because I also, the lying down really speaks to me, and I think that so many people could benefit from lying down. In fact, everybody watching this call, please go lie down right now.
That's a good idea.
Really, it's such a potent practice, and I love how you've distilled the sort of, that it sounds tongue in cheek. It might even sound flippant, but there is deep wisdom in learning to sit still or lie down still, and contemplate your circumstances.
Yes, and also, like, a few years ago when I Claudia writes, I am already there.
Right.
When I was, broke my leg, 4 years ago, I could lie down, on the floor, I could roll around, and I didn't feel broken until I stood up and tried to walk, and I would have to crutch around, but I
Mhm.
remember those wonderful times. Oh, Kim I is here, another Kim, and she, teaches, lying down practices, so,
Yeah.
um yeah, being on the floor is really important. I spend a lot of time on the floor and that right, that yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and, that's one thing I do remember of your classes, that you were, really adept in teaching gentleness and restoration and, helping people rejuvenate with a yoga practice. But I wanna ask,
It's funny though, before you go on, is that I would try to teach my because it was Ashtanga yoga for everybody. I would try to teach my hardest class I could ever teach. It's just like I'd add all this stuff, and then your leg goes over, and things are happening, and then this and that, and then people after class would be like, "Thanks for the nice, gentle class." Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
failed again.
yeah. Yeah, but I think you had this sort of wisdom that you were trying to ground everybody in, especially in that Ashtanga world where we were like, I mean, at times we were just it was frenetic. There was just great
Maniac.
buzzy energy, and I cop to that. I
Well, we
definitely.
both went to Mysore and studied with Patabi Joyce, and you got the okay to actually teach. Not many people did, and that's a huge achievement.
Well, but thank you. And yeah, it was an adventure. It was a wild adventure. But I would love to hear, so we have the who with the what. I'd like to the hear the why. Like, why do you feel like
Yeah.
this is so important? What is so important about embodying meditation, and specifically the stillness of.
Well, I was thinking about this for a few days, and I kept coming up with suffering. That's why. But then just today, when I was walking with my dogs, I thought, oh, because everybody has a right to complete livelihood, complete speech, or they say right speech sometimes, complete, those things about life that are supposed to be complete practice. Do you know the list of them? Right livelihood, right speech, right that list.
Oh,
That list, you have every being should have the right to feel safe, um, not threatened. I'm sorry, I'm starting to tear up because it's just been such a hard um, time for our country, particularly, and because I don't know about other countries. I don't even know about this one, but I know a little bit.
mhm.
Um, so, um, so there was somebody in my meditation class last Thursday. We moved around beforehand, like these sort of contemplative gestures, and then we um
sat for just 15 minutes and somebody said, oh, 15 minutes of sanity or something like that. Or, it's just like, oh, 15 minutes of stillness, of sanity, of being where you are. There's something sort of incredible about sitting that as soon as I sit down, it's like, oh, I know where I am now. It
Yeah.
doesn't take me too long to know where I am. And if I'm sobbing, I'm sobbing. If I'm, whatever it is. And so, um, but also there's these rights that we have to a complete life. It's creative. It's a creative life. And if you're always afraid or to go out of your house, which I have been, I mean, not because there's guns around, just because, oh no, what's going to happen at Safeway today?
Mhm.
Am I going to say the wrong thing? Or,
Right.
I'm a sensitive person. And so, uh, you know, it's like, yeah, to have a practice. Without a practice, I don't know. I don't know where I would be. To have a practice, to have a embodied practice, I feel like I'm failing the test. I'm saying this because I don't know how to describe it so well, but it's just crucial to my existence. It makes everything work out.
Mm.
My questions right now are, should I practice like you practice really early in the morning, right away, but you have your tea? I think of that almost every day because usually I would have a shower, feed my dogs, then practice. But now, nope, just tea, practice. And
Mhm.
it's just helped my whole day. It's just
Mhm.
like that's the foundation of everything. And
Mhm.
so I feel like, okay, if the sitting is the foundation of everything, it's a formal practice. It's not extra things. It's just sitting. That in Zen they call it shikantazen, and it's just sitting, and that's what shikantazen means, just sitting, and it means that you're not working on a problem, you're not trying to be a certain way, you're not. You just get to be where you are. You get to wander off. You come back. It's pretty simple, but
Yeah.
it's hard to do. And it does. I mean, I would never sort of admit this before, but it does take a while to get used to it and to love it. I think, I used to sit. I had like a little vow that I would sit a retreat every 2 months, either a weekend or a week, for a long, long time. And I was crying most of the time, just crying and depressed and then little insights would come and speaking with teachers, having great teachers. I think I'm veering off the question like a politician. Because the why is so hard. The why is suffering, and it's also we have these rights that aren't being fulfilled because we're in a fear state or we're upset about something or we're very attached or desirous of some other state. And but there's nothing really wrong, wrong with us. It's
So
just human
what I'm
nature.
hearing you say then that is that the sitting is the why of it is because it allows for a moment of sanity, and it's a daily part of taking back your rights. So it's empowerment.
Yes, and because I'm trained in improv, we get to say yes, and you get to be like a Canadian goose. You get to be a tree. You get to be like, I'll show you this plant right here. I get this plant. I would never get a plant like this except for my brother loves orchids, but like I have this plant, it's just like, I am the orchid. Like you get to sort of be of the world. So then you go out in the world to Safeway. I'd never even go to Safeway. I don't know why I'm saying it, to the Elevations Credit Union, and stand in line. And then you talk to the cashier And it's just incredible, you know, that they'll talk about their grandparent or they'll talk whatever it is. It's just incredible. Like, and then that's my writing, you know, it's like I just write about pretty much every day, the everyday world. But then when you're sitting, you're just it's not necessarily creative. It's this kind of grounded, like whole practice. It's like I feel like a mountain or an elephant or something just whoo. And then sometimes sometimes I just talk to myself or I'm crying or something. And then you get up and you just do something. And you're coming from, like you said, this sort of state of having practiced, whatever that is for people. But there's something about it that is, I'm reminding myself of David Lynch, who said this kind of thing. Like there's something about it me and David Lynch, that kind of clears the world. And then you, you just go and write something, or you go and the dishes or the walk or the sweeping. In
Mhm.
Zen, they say, you know, there's just sweeping, there's no I, but I'm not there yet. I'm more like, I'm sweeping, you know, so that's the empowerment
Mhm.
part.
Okay.
But since
So,
there's no I, there may not be power because you're just a rock, also. Sorry.
yes. So in the 1 minute we have left, can you give a very short how, like maybe a takeaway practice that people can do either right now or in their daily
Yeah.
life? And then
So
a
do
way.
you think we have 5 minutes?
Sure, yeah, one is
Okay.
the,
Because on NPR, if you have 1 minute, you have pretty much 30
yeah,
seconds.
definitely.
These are this is the practice. You find an upright posture. You relax that's the alignment part. You relax, or if you could lie on the floor and do this, you relax your shoulders and your jaw. You feel what's touching the ground. You feel if you're tense any place, like I'm a little tense at my neck right now. You may put your hands on your belly and then you can breathe into your palms. And then your thoughts arise and you think of things. And as soon as you realize that you're thinking, you're not really here, you're back. You don't have to do anything about it. But if you're having trouble understanding what does she mean, you could say to your thoughts, hello, hello, friendly, be a friend. Or you could say, I don't know. That's a fun one to practice because you'd say, I'm angry. I'm so pissed off. And then you're like, I don't know. I don't know. But the big part is the kindness, I think. That's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love what I love about the Zen is the I don't know. To me, that feels so compassionate that I don't have to know.
Yes. And I also think like this idea of enlightenment, like your art of awakening, it's like it's both, you know, art, making art, and I mean, I'm just doing this for making art, and it's also the craft, you know, the creativity, or how I do it. And and when I was thinking about your title, I was thinking like people that have this deep practice and have these senses of awakening, they're not like lofty. They're more themselves. They're more themselves. They're really authentic, even more like they're crazy. These teachers, they're nuts. They're funny. They might allow a little more space than I'm allowing myself right now, but they're they're more yourself. You don't lose. You don't lose and become like a rock only. You become more rich as you're kind to yourself, I think.
Hmm. Yes, you become more rich as you become more kind to yourself.
Yeah. Thank
Love
you.
it. Yeah,
Well, thank
fantastic.
you for helping me figure out how to get on. And I'm sorry I was 20 minutes late. And
It's okay. We are both learning this platform. I would love to have you come on board again to talk about another aspect of your rich experience because
well, we could
the
talk about pets because that we didn't allow that for that today, but we could talk about dogs and cats.
Okay. But I would love for people to find out where they can get more insights and practice guidance from you. I'm just going to suggest because we're on Substack here, definitely you'll want to subscribe to Catherine's Essays from the Edge. She's such a
From the
sublime.
edge of town.
Oh, the Edge of Town. Sorry,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yeah, that's all
Um,
right.
Essays from the Edge of Town. Yes,
Yeah.
she is a sublime writer who writes about everyday things in such a beautiful way. And
Thank you.
yeah, I always look forward to it. And where else can people find out about your offering?
Well, I was also just going to say that it's really important that people, um, when you go practice with other people or you need to practice like with others sometimes, or have a teacher, or somebody to help you. It's impossible to just do by yourself, like in your room all the time. So you got to find a group or community and teachers, but just don't bother with those ones that you don't like. Just go with what pleases you. And then for me, I have a website. It's just katharineKaufman.com, so you can look on there and find out. Or if you join Substack, the if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, and then you'll get every week, every couple weeks, I will give a list of my classes at the bottom of the essay. Now I'm doing it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, smart. Yeah. And yeah, and you're still teaching at the Mountain Center, east or west of Fort Collins, which I'm
Yeah,
thrilled
right.
to
I have a retreat
hear.
coming up next Saturday. I'm s- I'm Kim and I. You were at my first retreat, and I said, "Get me a stick for the talking stick." And you went out and found one. It had a little string around it. I have the stick still. I have that stick. I know.
Wow. I don't remember that.
It was like 120 years ago.
Was. Hmm.
Thank you
Well,
so much. I'm
it's
having a little
great.
speaker's remorse. Like, I would love to interview, or not interview, have a live with you but this
Mm.
is casual. This is what we're doing, right? On
Isn't it
Substack.
fun? It's fun, right?
It's a little fun. Yeah, it is a little fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's a little challenging and it's fun. Yeah.
Mhm. Let's do it again and talk about, either yoga or writing and yeah, I don't know, different things. So
Writing would be good to talk about. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
sounds
kind
good.
of sick of talking about yoga.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You could
yeah.
talk about yoga and
Oh, I'm kinda tired of it too.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
All right.
great to talk. Thank you so much for
Thank
suffering
you.
to find your way here, and, I will, yeah, we'll chat again soon.
And thanks everybody for joining. I really appreciate you.
Yes, we do appreciate you. Thanks for being here and for hanging in with us when we had to restart. So, all right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Katharine, take care. Bye.
You too.